And hello everybody, I thought I'd just bring you the latest news from Jamie at Dovetail Games that was released at 2 o'clock this afternoon. He said that our next update for Train SimWorld 6 is now live. This update includes key fixes for issues that have been fed back to us by the community, such as a fix for the Train SimWorld 6 free starter pack pricing issue, profile transfers for PS4 players, announcement fixes, further improvements to train faults, and much more. The Fife Circle Sprinter timetable has also been added, along with improvements for the ScotRail Class 158. So the core highlights are: they have fixed profile transferring for PS4 players, fixed an issue causing free starter pack to link to purchasing the standard deluxe or special versions of Train SimWorld 6, fixed train faults so they no longer occur every couple of seconds, fixed an issue causing announcements to miss certain station names. Some announcements are still missing, but we are continuing to implement these. Specific improvements to Train SimWorld 6 core routes include announcement fixes and improvements for Morristown Line, Riviera Line trains added to Formation Designer, DB-BR294 Journey Mode no longer showing empty services, other Train SimWorld routes, Class 220 Voyager services for the Class 170 Birmingham Cross City timetable, Class 220 Voyager services for Manchester Airport commuter, scenery and lighting improvements for Manchester Airport commuter, Sprinter timetable, and more ScotRail Class 158 Levenmouth services for Fife Circle Line. Onboard announcements for the Class 158 and Class 170 DMUs on Fife Circle Line. Added the Fife Circle Sprinter timetable. As always, please allow 24 hours for these updates to appear. If you haven't seen an update appear, please check to see if you have an auto updates turned on. Full changelog. So the core changelog is: added fault notifications for the in-game messaging log, fixed profile transferring for PS4 players, fixed train faults so they no longer occur every couple of seconds, fixed an issue causing announcements to miss certain station names. Some announcements are still missing, but we are continuing to implement these. Fixed an issue causing layer UI to disappear when pressing A. Fixed an issue where monthly mastery decals for 2025-2006 were unlockable. Fixed objectives not updating for some late free roam services. Fixed the login screen layout so it resizes properly. Fixed the pricing issue on the free starter pack. Removed the Xbox sign-in prompt from appearing on PS5. Various localization improvements. There's also been significant improvements and fixes to the Morristown New York line, but I'm primarily focusing on the UK updates. So please refer to Dovetail's Discord patch notes page to find out more detailed information there. On the Riviera line, Exeter, Plymouth and Paignton, they have fixed services to the 2E38, so it now displays the correct name. Fixed the required action points for bronze medals on multiple Class 150 GWR services. Fixed light braking issues in the from beaches to bank scenario. Fixed the PIS issue on the 2C07 AI service, so it now shows the correct information. Fixed an issue with AWAS, which was not activating correctly on temporary and speed restrictions. The Class 150 improved brake rub audio volume to better reflect real life. Added Class 150 to Formation Designer. And with the Class 802, added Class 802 to Formation Designer. The Class 220 added Class 220 to Formation Designer, fixed an issue where train faults would no longer trigger correctly when the Enable Random Behaviors feature was turned on during gameplay, fixed guard mode so doors close properly and the driver only leaves the station after receiving the signal from the guard, fixed an issue with the headlight knob prompt during the limited power scenario. And then we have further updates to the Leipzig-Dresden route, Cajun Pass route, And there's also BR Class 170 improvements also, such as the signalling handset audio, formation timetable services, implemented cab rattle, an issue with wheel blur, the horn valve not closing properly, virtual destinations, guard buzzer audio, door opening and closing audio, vehicle numbering across all variants, required players to check tickets in accessible areas of the consist, running audio being cut off, issues relating to engine and running audio, livery designer functionality, and a number of minor timetable issues. There are also updates for the Manchester Airport, added timetable layer for the B-Class 220, added station announcements to all stations, added onboard announcements to the BR 323, improved lighting, issues with the track layout at Slade Lane Junction, fixed issues with signalling and track speeds at Slade Line Junction, added ticket machines and barriers at Stockport Station, and fixed an issue with lift buttons at Stockport Station, an issue with missing OHLE wires throughout the route, and issues with long site depot weekday shunt movements that resulted in the trains being derailed. ScotRail BR Class 158 added onboard announcements features to Class 158 and Class 170 services. Previously completed services will need to be recompleted by the player. The player will not lose any XP as a consequence of this update. Additional BR Class 158 services for the Levin rail link, added prefix to highlight non-standard consist formation for BR Class 158 and BR Class 170 services. Added Fife Circle Sprinter timetable. So that's it, folks. That's the full patch update for the 28th of October. Sadly, it does not include any updates whatsoever for the Birmingham to Crewe. It was indicated in last week's Discord post that there would be improvements to blurriness and various other aspects to the route. However, it was indicated that no further updates would take place in the following update that is due this week on either Wednesday or Thursday. And so any further updates to the Crewe Birmingham route will not take effect until the first week of November, when the next core patch is due. So, quite a disappointment there. Although there's been many updates in other areas of the game, there is no immediate updates that were promised by staff on my stream when I was streaming live, or from Dovetail themselves indicating that there would be updates this week for the major issues and problems that many of us are experiencing with the new Crewe Birmingham line. I'm still experiencing blurriness. I've checked that this afternoon just in case there has been an update. So as you can see, we've still got blurry images, and we've still not got the arrival times in our HUD. And we also have issues with the Class 66, which when you try to enter a service, it just spawns you on foot, as seen here. And also, I'm assuming as none of these have been updated, there will be no improvements to any of the crashes that we have all been experiencing, particularly on console. So, some good news there about various updates relating to other previous released routes, but sadly no immediate attention has been put to the Birmingham Crewe route, which has really upset a lot of people, including myself recently. It's doubtful, going by the information which Dovetail have released, that any updates will appear in this Wednesday or Thursday's update. However, you know, things may change between now and then, and maybe an announcement will be made that something will happen this update on Thursday or you know, Wednesday, but looking unlikely by the information they've already released. So don't expect any updates until the first week in November, as indicated in the patch notes and the information which was released in last week's post on Discord. So I hope that helps clarify some information for you. Please comment in the comment section below. Would love to hear what your thoughts are. In the meantime, please like and subscribe, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one.